Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome into today's air sign live readings. We are looking at Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius for May 9th through May 15th of 2022. All right. So if you come in to watch the replay, guys, please just check the timestamps. You'll just want to scroll to the bottom. You can click Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and it'll take you right where you want to go. I do want to talk a little bit about Jupiter and Mercury retrograde before we get started. Jupiter first, just because I'm more excited about it. Jupiter is coming into Aries on between the 10th and the 11th. And if you have Aries in any major aspect, so rising, sun, moon, Mercury, Mars, or Venus, definitely going to bring a lot of abundance and a lot of good fortune. So you'll want to keep an eye out for that as we go through the week. And then, of course, Mercury retrograde at the same time. Mercury retrograde is starting in Gemini, and it's very much about unfinished business. I'm not a fan of Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is very much like where technology just wants to take a crapper and doesn't want to work. You'll notice issues with like phones, emails, stuff like that. And that's Mercury retrograde. That is going to come in at the same time. But I feel like if we put the focus on Jupiter, Jupiter is such a big planet and it's such a big move to be coming in from Pisces. It's coming in from Pisces, so we were just very much dreaming about big things. And as Jupiter moves into Aries, we actually start taking action towards those big things. So yeah, I'm super excited that Jupiter is moving into Aries. Several planets are moving into Aries. So for you fellow Aries out there, I just want you to know it's definitely a good time. We've been very patient. I've been very excited about Jupiter moving into Aries. I was talking in the water signs about how long it's going to be in Aries. Jupiter actually moves in and stays throughout 2023. It does go retrograde 2022 about October, but comes back February of 2023 and then stays for most of 2023 in the sign of Aries. So yes, if you have Aries in your rising, Sun, Moon, Mercury, Mars, or Venus, it's definitely going to be very noticeable. So yes, guys, come back and tell me now. Come let me know like what came in, what was abundant for you. All right, so really quickly, I do want to mention the Etsy shop. We do have the Mother's Day sale. That is ending on the 14th, 15% off. And that is all the readings, including lives. The private readings are recorded when you order. You do have access for 2 weeks, and you can watch them as many times as you'd like. And then also, I want everyone to remember the Scorpio full moon is a pretty massive full moon. It's coming in with that lunar eclipse, very much closing things out. I'm doing the May 2022 extended reading for the Twin Flames current energy in that paid event on Facebook only. The paid event is $9.99. I do suggest that you take advantage of the 50% off. I believe that lasts 2 more days, so you'll want to go ahead and assure your spot, and then it goes back to the $9.99, of course. I will be offering free individual readings at the end, so if you're interested in something like that, yes, make sure to come in and join us. Again, if you want private readings, a lot of people have been telling me that they're looking for more private readings. You're going to find those in my Etsy shop, and the link is always in the description box. All right, I think that is all the things I wanted to talk about. So let's go ahead and jump in. Let's timestamp Gemini. Let's do 344 for Gemini. So Gemini, this is going to be for the week of May 9th through May 15th. We do have Mercury retrograde this week, but let's keep the focus on Jupiter. Jupiter is such a massive planet, and it's going to be bringing in such good fortune. So let's see, Gemini. I'm using magical times. Let's see what is going to happen for Gemini. What's the energy May 9th through May 15th? So we have the happiness card coming out. Actually, just got this card right before we started. Immense delight can be found in the smallest of things. Cultivate fluttering moments of joy. So I am feeling like there's small things that are happening. You're probably starting to see small changes, and Spirit's just telling you that more is coming. All right, I do want to use the Queen of the Moon this time for our main spread. So let's see, what is the challenge or obstacle for Gemini? May 9th through May 15th. Ooh. All right, interesting. So we have the void. Ooh, interesting, interesting. Gratitude. And I'm going to take surrender, even though it's split in the back. I feel like it was wanting to come out. But I just want to show you gratitude because gratitude was the bottom of the deck here too. So Gemini, Mercury retrograde is starting in Gemini. So it's pretty interesting. I feel like it's not going to be as rough for you as it is for the rest of us. I feel like you're going to be more focused on those big things from Jupiter that's coming in. And you're definitely going to be grateful. So the challenge or obstacle is the void. And the void is kind of like that pause and reset. But what I'm kind of picking up here is a lot of overthinking. Things have probably been slow for you, Gemini. So you overthought and thought that things were like maybe going wrong or something bad was happening, something like that. Or like maybe something wasn't going to come in, but actually it does come in. I feel like gratitude is something that's happening right now. And I just want to say, Gemini, when you're trying to manifest, you can't manifest in lack. So if you're telling yourself, I'm never going to have this, I'm never going to see it, well, you're going to have a hard time manifesting those things, right? But if you are in gratitude, and this is in that position that says this is lesson learned, that can help you with this challenge or obstacle. So if you're trying to manifest and you are in gratitude, that's going to bring in whatever it is more, right? Because you're not living in that lack mentality. Surrender at the end just kind of tells me that that's kind of what happened, Gemini. Most likely you were really, really focused on something, trying to get it to come in, and something else happened and maybe it didn't. Maybe you started finding like those little, collecting those little moments of joy, and you started to realize that you were happy with what you have. That's what gratitude is. And that's when you're surrendering. And that's actually when the things come in. All right, let's clarify and let's use the Gilded Tarot. Hi, Sandra. All right, let's look over here, Gemini. What are you overthinking? So the Five of Pentacles, abandonment, rejection, wanting to come back home, something like that. Nine of Swords, and I think it's just wanting someone to come back, not necessarily you. Nine of Swords just tells me, Gemini, you're not sleeping, you're super anxious about it, and you're again still thinking about this person. All right, let's look at gratitude. So there it is, the Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter, thank you, Spirit, and the Hanged Man, Pisces. Okay, so I just said that at the beginning in the intro, Gemini. I said that Jupiter is moving in from Aries, I'm sorry, moving into Aries from Pisces, right? If you're going around the universe, Pisces is last, Aries starts the new cycle. So when Jupiter was in Pisces, we were very much thinking about these big dreams, like things that we really wanted to do. But what's most likely happened is it came so slow. Everything was so slow that you thought, oh, this isn't coming in. And Spirit is trying to tell you that, yes, yes, it is. Let's look at surrender. There it is right there. The Ace of Pentacles. That's the new thing. And the Queen of Wands. Spirit's telling you, be confident that this thing is coming in, Gemini. Tell yourself, yes, it is. Don't tell yourself that it's not. Every time you have that thought or that notion that whatever it is you're wanting, that you're trying to manifest to call in, you just replace it with yes, it is. It is coming. On the bottom, Leo card, the Strength card, very much about inner strength, pulling from your inner strength. All right, let's do guidance for Gemini. Gemini's manifesting something massive with this Jupiter. I knew that someone out of all these 12 signs would eventually see how important Jupiter moving into Aries is. All right, so far it looks like everybody is super focused on Mercury retrograde. But yeah, I'm so excited to see Gemini. It's because Mercury retrograde is starting in Gemini. That's why it's like, that's not even affecting you. You're like, yeah, I totally got this. All right. So guidance, you have commitment. You dedicate yourself to your beliefs wholeheartedly, knowing that love is the essence of your very being. You have expression. You're ready to manifest your thoughts and transform them into acts of love. That's it right there. Let's do one more. Elevation. You're making the conscious decision to raise your vibration of love. All right, Gemini, let's close it out with the Moonology oracles, and this is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. With the void, of course, moon and your challenge or obstacles, I feel like you're moving into this week. heavy, right? Like the weekend may have been heavy for you, Gemini. But I do feel like that energy lightens up as you start to move into that Wheel of Fortune and that Hanged Man Pisces energy. That's definitely Jupiter coming from Pisces. So whatever it was that you were dreaming is definitely on its way. I just seen that have faith in your dreams card. We have confidence is your key to success. Nothing is yet set in stone. The mutable moon. I think Gemini is Gemini mutable? Oh, it'll take me too long to figure it out. A time for healing, the Cosmic Moon. So yes, I do feel like you went through something very difficult, Gemini. You've been trying to manifest something. It's very possible that negative thinking or like a time delay, time took a long time. It took a long time for Jupiter to get through Pisces, right? But definitely made you like maybe start to question yourself, and Spirit saying, no, it's definitely coming in. Beautiful, beautiful reading for Gemini. All right, I'm just going to clean up really quickly, and then we will jump to Libra. After the water signs, I'm not really surprised that it's slow in here. I feel like the water signs got a spanking this morning. It was rough. So I'm excited to see Gemini. Gemini sees Jupiter coming, something big and exciting. I feel like a lot of tarot readers and a lot of stuff I've seen about the astrology is really putting a focus on how important Jupiter is, but they're also putting the focus like on how important it is to not do certain things, or, you know, to be open to receive. I feel like we all know those kind of things. That's that common knowledge stuff, right? And I feel like when you put the focus on that, or like if you keep mentioning it, then people are going to start to do those things. So, like Gemini catching themselves saying, it's not coming, it's not coming. You have to replace that with it's coming. I remember when Junior was looking for his car, I kept telling him, I was like, it's every time you see it, be like, there's my car. So-and-so's got my car. You know what I'm saying? And he just kept saying it until, you know, then he got his car. So if you tell yourself it's not going to happen, then no, it doesn't. Look at that. The blue moon, the unexpected. I feel like something definitely coming in for Gemini. All right. I feel like that expect the unexpected card was for Libra. Almost ready for Libra. And we'll have to see if it comes back out. All right, let me timestamp. Let's do 1320 for Libra. So Libra, this is going to be for the week of May 9th through May 15th of 2022. In the intro, I talked a little bit about Jupiter, a very exciting abundance coming in as it moves into Aries, taking a lot of action to actually see physical abundance in your 3D reality. So super excited. And then, of course, we have to mention Mercury retrograde. At the same time, same day, both of these coming in on 10th and 11th. And very much everyone knows what Mercury retrograde is at this point. It's just like where technology just doesn't want to cooperate. Many times communication is an issue, and many times it's about unfinished business. All right, so magical times. Let's put our focus on Jupiter. What is the massive abundance, the good fortune coming in for Libra, May 9th through May 15th? We have a sacred space. Take time for the dreamer in you. Find your power and stillness. In your sacred space is the peace you seek. So I feel like Libra is taking a time out, spending some time on their self, maybe like self-care, self-love, pampering themselves maybe. Excuse me. I just seen it again. the unexpected, the blue moon. I see new beginnings. All right, let's see what comes out for Libra. What is the challenge or obstacle May 9th through May 15th? Fruition. Oh, so again, manifesting. So Libra is going to take Jupiter too. Thank you, Libra. All right. So the harvest moon too. So you are trying to manifest. It's very possible that this is actually going to have something to do with that full moon that's coming in. That full moon is in Scorpio. It's a lunar eclipse, and it's very much about closing something out. But I do feel like you're trying to manifest. Fruition is about like waiting for your harvest, the time of harvest. So you have to do the work first, and then fruition comes in. I feel like you've done the work and you've been waiting for the fruition for quite some time, Libra. And most likely that's why you're taking time to yourself. It's like you're saying, okay, I've been trying to do this, and maybe this way isn't working. So maybe I need to focus on myself, self-love, self-care, something like that. But that's why it's in the challenge or obstacle. Let's look at lesson learned. We have focus. And there's something about the third eye definitely stuck out to me right away. You have 37 and 14. And then we have peace coming out. I do see all the moons, all the big circles. So again, I feel like it's possible that this could have something to do with Jupiter. We'll pull some tarot. But this could actually be about that Scorpio full moon that's coming in on the 16th. It's actually coming in on the night of the 15th into the 16th. Really depends on where you're at, of course, in the world. But very much a powerful moon, with it being a lunar eclipse. So it's very much closing something out that's been needed to be closed out for quite some time. And I'm kind of seeing that in these pictures, right? But again, fruition, waiting for something, like you've put the work in and it's not coming in. Spirit saying, like, don't lose your focus. I think there's something about the third eye. We'll pull a chakra card. There could definitely be like some sort of blockage. Like maybe you're not seeing something clearly. Maybe there's like some sort of knowledge you haven't received yet, something like that. And then the peace comes out as the outcome. And peace is very much about peace of mind, which is really interesting because it said in the card at the beginning, in your sacred space is the peace you seek. So again, probably going through something very challenging where you're not finding a lot of peace where you're at currently. But I do think that at the end of this week, that's what happens. And it's going to have something to do with what you've been trying to manifest with this full moon. Action is on the bottom. All right, so let's pull a little tarot. And I'm going to use the Gilded Tarot. Let's look at fruition. We had several. So we have the Nine of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So the Nine of Cups can be something that you're wishing for. Right away, I picked up it's something's missing because 10 Cups is the goal, right? And I do feel like you have 9, and it's like you almost got something else, but it's not quite there, and it might not come in because the Ace of Swords comes out, and it says you need to think things through. So I feel like Spirit's asking you, is this really what you want to take with you, or is this something that you want to release, bring to closure with this lunar eclipse? All right, let's look at focus. So we have the Hermit, spiritual awakening. Again, something with that third eye. I'm think we're gonna pull a chakra, but I'm thinking it's very possible that you have some sort of blockage. You're not seeing something. Maybe like I'm talking to a Libra who's like at the beginning of their spiritual awakening, because the Hermit is about spiritual awakening. It's also a Virgo, but it says that one, there's fear. You see how he's got his light and he's looking, you see the snake in his path. There's fear because you're experiencing things you've never experienced before. I think it's possible that I'm talking to someone who's like having their spiritual awakening, and they don't know what's happening. Like you're seeing things. Maybe you're somebody who was like very religious, or maybe your family was very conformed in a certain, like you were raised a certain way. You know what I'm trying to say? And now you're seeing all these spiritual things and you're like, wow, how is all of this happening. I'm kind of seeing that. And I feel like you don't understand what's happening because there definitely could be like a blockage in that third eye. And when I say a blockage, everybody says, like, what is that? Is there like a rectangle, is there a block, a square in my forehead? No, absolutely not. It just means that you have some sort of thought, some sort of belief, some notion. And many times it comes from, like, my ears just started ringing. So, like, most likely, like your parents, when you were being raised, you were told something had to be a certain way, right? And then we have the Five of Wands. So Five of Wands does say that things are challenging, but it also says you trained for it. You're practicing. Something about your spiritual awakening is teaching you. Let's look, which that's what happens, right? All right, let's look at the Peace card. I do feel like it is challenging, though. It's not easy. So the Peace card comes out again, the Hierophant, again, conforming. Again, it's like the normal, or what's seen as normal, right? The Hierophant does say marriage. So this definitely could have something to do with marriage. And then we have the Five of Cups, and the Five of Cups does say there is a loss. You are grieving something or someone. But I think what's going to happen here is you're going to come up with a new plan. You're going to see things in a different light. Spirit's definitely saying sacred space, take time for yourself, find the peace you seek. So if it's possible that you could be married or you could be in some sort of relationship, it could even be like a religious relationship. Like maybe you're not married, but like you haven't signed a paper, but you said oaths and you made vows, and you know what I'm trying to say? The Five of Cups could also say that someone's passed too. So I just want to say it might not be a Libra that's walking away. Someone could have actually lost someone. But I don't sense that. I feel like you're walking away from a situation because there's something in your spiritual awakening that you learned, and now you want that peace of mind. And the peace of mind normally comes with these boundaries. That's why that circle is around her. It talks about having healthy boundaries and enforcing those boundaries. And I feel like that's where the sadness comes in. That's where the grieving comes in, because you're actually having to enforce them. Then there is the Queen of Cups on the bottom. The Queen of Cups is the Mother card in tarot. It's very much divine feminine clue card for me, but it also says that it's very possible there's children involved. All right, so let's pull guidance. All right, Libra, let's see, what does Spirit say to Libra about this situation? We have elevation again, and I'm definitely sensing that, like, there's some sort of spiritual awakening and it's new. There's something about your spiritual awakening that's new, like you didn't expect it. It's probably challenging, but it's definitely getting you ready for something. It says elevation, which is probably what it's getting you ready for. You're making the conscious decision to raise your vibration of love. Have freedom. I definitely sense that. You're releasing any self-imposed restrictions or perceived limitations through the loving energy of openness. Yep. And then we have cooperation in your quest to manifest, which is what you're doing. The energy of love. You realize that every person and experience has value. So I do feel like you're going to be sad about some sort of situation, but it's going to bring you peace of mind, and you're going to understand that there was a purpose for it. All right, let's pull the Moonology oracles to close it out for Libra. This is going to help with your thoughts and emotions, Libra. I do feel like it is emotional. I feel like I'm actually talking to a Libra who's already feeling that full moon energy, which actually wouldn't fall until the week after, which is next week. So yeah, you're already feeling that full moon energy. And I say that like it happens to me too. It comes super early. Adjustments are required. Third quarter moon. Interesting. A personal issue reaches a resolution. Full moon in Cancer. I do think it has something to do with like a personal relationship. And have faith in your dreams. The waxing crescent moon. All right, Libra, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that reading was helpful. If it was, please like, share, comment, subscribe. All those very good things. The engagement definitely helps my channel grow. And I do appreciate each and every one of you. All right, guys, I'm going to clean up really quickly, and we will jump to Aquarius. Hi, Miss Tina. Yeah, you're not very far away from us, Sandra. The sun should be shining there too, absolutely. We are going to get Amelia and try to go and spend some time out at the lake. We're gonna have to get new worms because I totally left the old worms in the tackle bag. Have mercy. I used to get on the boys for doing that. Poor worms. I gotta get Amelia to like fishing as much as I do so that we can go more often. I feel like once she catches a good size one, that'll do her in. All right, so just cleaning up from Libra. Libra definitely finding some freedom there. Peace of mind. Manifesting it, actually. I'm just seeing rebirth. Let's see if it comes back out for Aquarius. All right, guys, let's timestamp. Let's do 2608 for Aquarius. So Aquarius, this is going to be from May 9th through May 15th, 2022. I did talk about Mercury retrograde coming in on the 10th, technology issues, communication issues, and unfinished business issues. And then I really want us to put the focus on Jupiter because Jupiter is the biggest planet, and it is moving into Aries, coming from Pisces. So while it was in Pisces, you were very much dreaming big, thinking of big things that you wanted to do, manifest in your life. And now Aquarius, as it's moving into Aries, you're actually going to do it. So let's see, how is Jupiter moving into Aries going to affect Aquarius? May 9th through May 15th. Look at that. Manifestation. Your dreams have untold energy. Open the door and let them live. Desire and belief are your power. All right, let's use Queen of the Moon and let's see if we can find out what is it that you're trying to manifest. Something big, hopefully. Something big. Use Jupiter. Something big. There's a card. Oh, that's so weird. I swear I thought I saw one that was already turned. All right. Let's see. What is the challenge or obstacle for Aquarius? May 9th through May 15th. Balance. So balance comes out, but it's also discernment because you see the clouds around her head. So it's like you're trying to balance something out, but you're not understanding something clearly. It's number 19. My ears are ringing again. All right, let's look at lesson learned. Fruition comes back out, and it's coming out in the lesson learned position. So that means you've manifested before. It means you know what you're doing. So there's definitely some issue here. All right, so fruition is where you put in the work and it comes in, right? When you're manifesting, you still have to take action. You can't just sit around going, I wish $1 million would fall out of the sky, because that's not how it works, right? So I do feel like you've already put in the work, and it's very possible this is happening right now too, Aquarius. Like maybe things are starting to come in, and that could definitely be that Jupiter where you're starting to see you were patient and you waited for all of this. But the challenge or obstacle tells me that you're trying to balance something out, or you want balance in a situation, but there's so much confusion up here, or there's too many things going on that you're having a hard time bringing balance to that situation. Let's look at outcome. So we have the wolf moon, hunger. All right, so we have 19, 37, and 29. So I just want to say hunger is the wolf moon that says you have two wolves inside you, right? The good and the bad. Which wolf are you going to feed, Aquarius? All right, and the change card is going to be on the bottom. I love the change card in the Queen of the Moon Oracle because you see how like she's pushing off with her feet, like she's bent and her arms and legs are touching. I mean, her arms and feet are touching the moon, and it looks like she's trying to either push it away, like I don't want this change, or she's fixing to use it to catapult off into her future, right? All right, let's pull a little tarot. Let's use the triple goddess this time. I just seen that 9 of Swords again. All right, let's see what the issue with balance is. So we have the World card coming out, and I just want to say reunion. The World card in the Triple Goddess Tarot is reunion. And, oh no, the World is Saturn. Reunion is about someone coming back. And 7 of Swords coming out is about disbelief or distrust. So it's very possible that someone has come back into your environment, Aquarius. Reunion. That means they weren't there for a while. There's something like untrustworthy about them. The 7 of Swords is that card. There's no bad cards in tarot. All cards have, you know, difficult meanings and better meanings. But the 7 of Swords is that card. It could say like you're scheming, like you're plotting, you're doing something, you know, kind of sneaky, you know what I'm trying to say? And sometimes you have to do those types of things, right? But many times it's frowned upon, right? And it's just looked at as not a good card. I don't want to say that it's not a good card because there's not such thing as in tarot. But if I was to point one out, the 7 of Swords is like that sneaky, deceitful, lying card. So I do feel like it's possible that you're trying to balance something out, but someone who's recently came back around could be trying to deceive you or not tell you like the whole truth. Let's look at fruition. So 8 of Swords comes out, and 8 of Swords is that breaking free from like self-restriction. And then the Knight of Swords comes out. The Knight of Swords is like normally my clue card for breaking up with something, leaving something behind, saying, you know what, I'm done with this situation. It's very possible that fruition is like you're trying to do something, but the restriction is you weren't able to break yourself free. So when you do break yourself free, that's when the good things start to come in, right? All right, let's look at hunger. So we have the Ace of Cups. There's a lot of emotion. So it's very possible that you want to feed the bad wolf. Like maybe you're angry at someone because there's a lot of overflow of emotion. And it doesn't have to be anger. It could be the opposite way. Like maybe there's a lot of sadness because there's an overflow of emotion. But with the Hunger Wolf and the Ace of Cups, I'm not sensing like there's a lot of happiness. You see what I'm trying to say? The Two of Cups comes out, and the Two of Cups is a partnership. So I feel like it's very possible that all of this has something to do with a partnership that you're in. The good wolf, the bad wolf, which one are you going to feed, Aquarius? On the bottom, look at that, Gemini, the Lovers. Definitely could be talking to an Aquarius on the twin journey. All right, let's pull guidance. And we're going to use the Power of Love activation cards. And let's just ask Spirit guidance for Aquarius for this situation. We have cooperation. In your quest to manifest the energy of love, you realize that every person and experience has value. Every person, even someone who you feel could be being deceitful. They're teaching you something, Aquarius. Friendliness. You're able to recognize traits in common with another in order to forge love-based connections. I feel like Spirit's just warning you, be careful the company you keep. And then freedom comes out. You're releasing any self-imposed, that's an 8 of Swords, restrictions or perceived limitations through the loving energy of openness. And I just want to say release was on the bottom. You have the ability to give over unwanted energies to the loving forces of the universe. In other words, send them off with unconditional love and leave it to God or Spirit or whatever you want to call it. All right, let's close it out for Aquarius with the Moonology Oracles. And this is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. I don't feel like you're necessarily very emotional, maybe a little bit here at the end, but I feel like you finally come to some sort of decision with this partnership. The Lovers is very much about a difficult decision. Nothing will come of the situation, the void, of course, moon, and that is that overthinking. You're putting too much negativity into it. Look at the bigger picture, the full moon in Sagittarius, and hold your vision, the fixed moon. All right, Aquarius, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope this reading was helpful. If it was, please like, share, comment, subscribe, all those very good things. And that's it, guys. That's the air signs, and that is all 4 elements we have finished for the week of May 9th through May 15th. So if you missed any of them, please go back and watch the replay. Timestamps will be in the description box. And that's it, guys. What do you think? How did we do? Not too bad, right? The air signs definitely more focused on Jupiter, I think, than the fire signs even were, which was interesting because the fire signs should be like the ones that are the most, you know what I mean? But air signs definitely see Jupiter coming. And I feel like Gemini is going to be the one sign that definitely takes advantage of that situation the most. All right, guys, let me know if anyone is looking for a reading. I do offer free readings at the end of all the lives. So if you're new, welcome. I do want to mention really quickly a couple of announcements. We do have the Etsy shop. The Mother's Day sale ends on May 14th. 15% off all readings, and our Facebook Live event, which I'm super excited about, the Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse, will be on May 16th at 6 p.m. It is a paid event, guys. I do recommend that you go ahead and purchase your spot in advance. I think there's 2 more days to get that 50% off coupon. So yes, check that out. I will be offering free individual twin flame current energy readings at the end. This is actually our second one. We normally used to do the extended readings that you had to purchase. And yeah, this is definitely going to be, we've advertised a little more, so there's a few more people coming, and it's just going to be super exciting. I'm so excited to see it grow. Oh, gee, thank you so much. I miss you, G. I feel like I haven't seen you forever. I'm trying to see. Is it water, the lake? That would be so much fun, Sandra said. It is. The lake is the best part about where I live. I see. Do you want me to do a really quick current energy? I can, definitely. Yeah, Sandra, the lake is where I go. Whenever things just get crappy, the lake is the place to just go and release. I never can figure out what's different about this lake, which is super interesting because um, it's got a river runs through it, which makes it different, right? It's not a lake that just like sits stagnant. And I think there's something about the channel. There's something about like the water constantly flowing that draws me the most. All right, let's do a real quick current energy. Ready? All right, so let's do G side. It says voyage of the heart. Love flows through you and to you. Your person has faraway places. Get ready for new horizons. Success expands in your life, but I feel like it's right here. Wondrous universe, walk in the beauty. I feel like your person's actually traveling or went somewhere. That's interesting. I do feel like both of you are highly connected. A wondrous universe. Let me pull that out just real quick. I'll try to hurry just so I don't want to miss it. All right, it says enjoy the journey. So it says you don't always need to know where you're going, accept the fact that sometimes the path in life is circuitous and meandering. Circuitous, I'm not saying that right. Yet know that you're always exactly where you need to be, even if it doesn't seem like it. Be present with your journey. Embrace everything that you encounter on your path. It's all for your highest good. Accept what is. This is the key to inner power. So yes, one of you is traveling. I feel like it's either you or your person is traveling. Like they've went somewhere. There's distance now, and spirit saying like you're still in the journey. Don't panic. Enjoy what's happening. And many times when we travel away from our twin guys, we get that feeling where like you're being pulled, you're being stretched. And the further you go, it can actually continue. You know what I'm trying to say? I know you guys probably, if you're on the twin journey, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so yeah, you can definitely feel it, and it can cause like fear or anxiety, right? Because you get scared and you're like, oh my God, what is this? What's happening? I mean, it's definitely because you are moving, you are going. Imagine, I just want to say, imagine twins that live like on opposite sides of the world. Just saying, it's a thing. Ask them. It's not. I don't want to say like it's horrible, but it's very hard. Like the further away you are. I think the ones that meet our twins in the 3D are actually the luckiest of all the twins on the twin journey. And I know people are laughing at me right now, going, "What?" Some people say things like, "I wish I never met mine." One, you should never say that, but I understand why you do though. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we are. There's people that have not been able to meet their twin, or they didn't even incarnate into this lifetime, or they've passed. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I believe if you're in the 3D and you see and talk to your twin, and you're close like that, you're actually the luckiest twin there is. And I know that it's difficult, you know, it's complicated and it's a whole issue. I get it. But you're actually the luckiest ones. Imagine not being able to do that, or imagine having that feeling in that pit of your gut being so strong because you're so far apart. I just don't even want to imagine it. Oh, do you like to fish, Sandra? I do too. That's it, G, though. I hope that was helpful. Let me know who's traveling. Not in it. I actually swim in the lake, and some people like really freak out about it. You know, there's snakes and critters and whatnot. And I've seen them all, but I don't know. It doesn't bother me. And like everybody's like, it's a lake, and I'm like, yeah, but you know, shower when you go home. It's fine. I don't know. I like to go on the boat. I like to do the tubing. I like to go fishing. Yeah, all that stuff. And I know it's silly, but my favorite thing to do is jumping off the boat into the water. Like that's the coolest of the whole experience. I want to say too, a lot of people don't know, but that lake, it has it has a town. They actually, it was like the TVA came, and they had to move everybody out and buy their property. It's like a big issue here because, you know, it's a big story for such a small town, and it affected so many people. But the town is still underneath the water. Like we can go on the boat in some places and you can see signs where it says like, you know, don't dive here because there's a bridge under here. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. You can see like road signs sometimes when the water's low sticking out. So yeah, I think that's why there's just so much energy there, and it's just always moving, always flowing. So G says, since we're not in contact, I feel more connected. Absolutely, that's so true. That's what happens. I hope he's had a good, relaxing vacation. I don't have any clue what he's doing though. I understand the blackout. I feel like I'm totally experiencing a blackout moment too. I feel like there's actually a purpose for that because there's so many of us that are experiencing it, and it's very collective. So I feel like there's a reason for that. And I'm just going to say, G, I feel like the reason is because if you pay attention to the astrology, if you study astrology, then you'll see that the astrology is very much pushing us towards our purpose. And it's an individual purpose. It's like your own individuality, your own individual worth, and your own individual purpose. Because although you and your twin have a purpose here, you each have your own individual purpose. You see what I'm saying? It does have to do with your twin journey. You're going to teach teach people unconditional love by example, and your twin is going to teach people unconditional love by example. The mistake that most people make is they think they have to be together in order to do that. That's actually not the case. And in fact, I do feel like collectively, I've had a lot of people tell me that the energy feels much stronger in that period of like no contact or breakaway or blackout or whatever you want to call it. I don't know necessarily if I'm a fan. I feel a little lost sometimes, honestly. But that's really just like kind of when I have to reach out to spirit, and I feel like that's the whole purpose of like this whole thing happening. You know what I mean? Like we have to learn that it's not the other person. We need to understand that like everything we need is already within us. What, Sandra? That's so weird. My little sister can't either. I have two little sisters. One can, one cannot. One loves the water, one does not. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. It is almost time to get Amelia off the bus, and like I said, I'm super excited to go catch some of this sunlight. Etsy shop, you guys did keep me busy with the sale. It is still going. I'm not complaining. Please come check it out. But I am almost caught up. I know there's a couple of you that are waiting at 4 days. And I just want you to know that I'll have that to you first thing in the morning. Guys, please take advantage of the Facebook Live event coupon, 50% off. Please come see me. We just got monetized on Facebook, and it definitely is going to help us grow. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for always coming in and participating. Gee, it was so nice to see you again. Sandra, thank you for always coming in and helping me. I love all of you guys, and I'm always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Thank you. I'll see you guys next week.